For many years, people have had to have candid and sometimes life-threatening grounds for divorce. And why is that? Because many men can't just imagine why a woman would want out of a marriage because she simply chose to. When you file for divorce, you would most often have to indicate the reason the marriage is ending. Many states in the US allow spouses to choose between a fault-based and no-fault divorce. And in fact, some states allow only no-fault divorce. This didn't just happen overnight. There is a vast difference between both types of divorce. For a fault-based divorce, divorce is granted by the court if one spouse can prove that the bad behavior of the other led to the divorce, or one spouse is cruel, inflicting pain and emotional torture. Other grounds include adultery or inability to engage in sexual intercourse, but the marriage will not be dissolved based on allegations grounds alone. It has to be supported with facts and evidence. A fault-based divorce is highly expensive and may often favor one gender than the other. And you can guess the favored gender one. The no-fault divorce states that neither spouse has done anything wrong to cause the split. Its grounds include irreconcilable differences, incompatibility, and irretrievable breakdown of the union. This is much easier as it consumes less time and money. A spouse can't prevent the court from granting a no-fault divorce. Objecting the divorce order simply proves that the ground for the divorce, especially if it was based on irreconcilable differences, is justified. This is why women get to benefit a lot from a no-fault divorce. A spouse can convince the court if the other doesn't have enough proof to make the former admit the wrongdoings in the marriage. The no-fault divorce was first legalized in California by Ronald Reagan, who was the state governor back in 1969. He eventually went to become the first U.S. president to have been divorced. Before this change, fault-based divorce was the only option for couples seeking to call it quits. The National Association of Women Lawyers successfully ran the campaign for a no-fault divorce to be accepted throughout half the 20th century. In 1961, Matilda Finberg, who was a prominent NAL member, explained why the group had proposed the no-fault divorce bill and had regarded the then current divorce law as impractical and unsound. The purpose of the no-fault divorce is to make divorce easier. It is also easier on the children and other family members. Many women's rights groups see no-fault divorce as a means of making marriage equitable for women. This is because marriage had existed and proved to have been more beneficial to the husband. It becomes more complicated if the wife wants a divorce and the husband doesn't. Many women in abusive marriages don't have many options of leaving due to the social stigma associated with being a divorcee and the difficulty in proving the fault. Studies since 1969 shows that since the emergence of the no-fault divorce bill, there had been a reduction in female suicides and intimate partner violence. Paulette Rigo, a mediator and certified divorce coach, has told CNN under U.S. laws, every person has a right to divorce. Even if your spouse says no, this is how it ought to be. Now imagine a world where women can't choose to leave a marriage that needed their approval to begin. That is ridiculous. If she can choose to go in, she should be able to choose to want out. Conservatives are openly against the no-fault divorce process, saying that it degraded the American family unit. That's absurd because the family unit has been in jeopardy for a long time because many men treat their wives badly, causing many American children to have a bad picture of marriage. You gotta wonder why many youths don't want to get married. Many conservative politicians, especially in states like Texas, Nebraska, and Louisiana, are trying their hardest to have no-fault divorce removed from the Constitution. They are of the opinion that unilateral, no-fault divorce clearly violates the 14th Amendment. Beverly Willett, who is a co-chair of the Coalition for Divorce Reform, said to Washington Examiner that too often in family court, defendants are deprived of life, liberty, and property within due process of law. High-profile couples like Bill Gates and Melinda Gates obtained a no-fault divorce, avoiding drama and other unwanted talks, simply settling for irretrievably broken. The divorce was simple and easily done, with Melinda still having her life intact. Now that's the whole essence. The 72-day union between Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries also ended in 2011 with irreconcilable differences. Humphries had dragged the legal battle for too long with some claims which might have stood ground if the bill wasn't in existence. Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin are another couple with yet a simple breakup, all thanks to the no-fault divorce system. Donatella Versace and her ex-husband, Manuel Delori, parted ways easily in 2005, and fans still wonder why they separated. I'm glad that they can do it quietly and easily. A fault-based divorce would have made their private issues a public topic. Opting to get rid of the no-fault divorce is bringing back extreme cruelty and taking away the choice of women to be able to end a marriage when it becomes uncomfortable for them. This is simply catastrophic. A world without no-fault divorce is a world where women who are abused in marriage will have to fight with all that they have and try to prove that they were indeed abused before their abusive marriage can be dissolved. No-fault divorce allows both couples to settle their decision to separate respectfully and focus on rebuilding their lives. This helps to avoid lengthy court battles that not only affect their mental health but can greatly affect the pockets. And men like Steven Crowder, who is a conservative commentator, are reasons why a no-fault divorce has to stay. A video of him ordering his wife to be disciplined proves that his being vocal about his disdain for the legal process is simply to butter his chauvinistic and controlling mindset. Those against no-fault divorce are those who desire to have women wrapped at their fingertips and want to keep their wives captive and under control. Let me know where you stand. If you made it this far and haven't yet followed me, go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.